Hi everyone. Hello and welcome. Just gonna wait for a few of you to join me and then we shall get started. We shall get started. Um, I decided to start this live stream pretty much early. I think the time in the UK is currently um, the time in the UK is currently 6:45, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the time in the UK is just 6:46. And it's almost 8 o'clock here in Germany. So Germany is just 1 hour ahead of the UK. So I'm gonna get this live stream started because I've noticed that anytime towards this time in the evening, the network fluctuates. So and I really wanted to present on the laptop so I could share some of the videos we are going to be using today. And also, if you hear noise in the background, yes, this is a house with little children. I am not in my normal zone. I'm visiting. So, yeah. So, just a quick introduction. Hello, and everybody. My name is Wemimo, and also known as Start Mom of 5, and also known as Team of 5 Kanduko. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So, according to the title, there, we're going to be discussing everything that has been happening regarding Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha Akpoti. And I'm sure we all know what has been going on. Okay, so um, this is not the first time there's been an incident involving Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha. I remember late last year, or was it mid last year, where Senator Natasha was in the House of Senate and they were having this discussion. And I think Senator Akpabio spoke rudely. I really can't remember the story vividly now, but it was very, very rude to her, disrespectful to her. And at some point, it was Lover that broke everything that happened. It was Lover that found Senator Akpabio's mobile number, Senator Akpabio's office. No, Lover found everything and published it to the public. I mean, sent it to the public, and everybody, all netizens went on calling Senator Akpabio to that the way he treated Senator Natasha was very wrong of him, being the number 3 man in Nigeria, that he could do better. So obviously, you guys know anything that Lover starts, Lover always gets to the bottom of it. So yeah, so that was the first time there, and he was forced to apologize. Even this apology was a bit sketchy. It was not as if he really meant the apology, but he did apologize to her, and that went on. And then before we know it, there was another incident again where Senator Natasha said that she's been trying to move a motion, or she filed a motion for a particular is it a mining field or a mining something that could possibly generate money for for that region in the Nigeria. So she listed a motion, and she said she listed that motion 6 times before it was said, "Hello, Fashion with Lifestyle, welcome." She said, so that was what caused a recent issue there. So she said she listed a motion. She listed it 5 times. It was not upheld. It was not discussed. It was not until after she listed it the 6th time. Even at the 6th time, it was more like a struggle for it to be heard. And also, obviously, there's also the talk of the fact that new members joined the House of Senate or something, or they had to reshuffle the way they are being seated, and that one of the grievances Senator Natasha was holding against Senator Akpabio was the fact that she was not seated where she should normally be seated. So all of that were obviously allegedly and all of that. With that being said, so we saw a video of where Senator Natasha went on continuing with what she wanted with emotion, saying that she's not scared of Senator Akpabio, that she's going to have to say what she has to say and stuff like that. And I must commend her. I must commend her. Like, if we have people like Senator Natasha, or maybe if you have 20 of her in every arm of government in Nigeria, trust me, Nigeria is going to be a better place because, sitting arrangement, fashion with lifestyle. If we have 20 of the, if we have 20 people like that of Senator Natasha in every arm of government in Nigeria, maybe Nigeria will be slightly better. Yeah, maybe Nigeria will be slightly better. So with that being said, obviously, Senator Natasha went on to Arise News, and I felt that that interview she went on to do on Arise News. Like, Arise News, you guys need to do better. If you're going to interview someone, you need to give her a time, give her a deserved hair time to hear herself 100%, because I don't understand why you invited her to your show and you're not allowing her hear everything she has on her chest. She came out with paperwork, she came out with proof, and the way you guys kept interjecting, like, I was so upset that I couldn't watch that interview to the end of it. I was just like, you know what, this is just a waste of our time. This is just a waste of people who actually are rooting behind Senator Natasha to say, you know what, you all are they didn't let us speak. I was pissed. Exactly. You all are senators or Senate in the House of Senate. You all walked your way. You worked hard to get there. So nobody should be suppressing you because he is the Senate president. So freaking what? So freaking what? Yes, a vote or something was put in place to get to that post. So just the way she got herself into that Senate out is the way the number 3 shameless Akpabio got there. And I think this goes on to show how men actually treat women, especially in terms of power. Look at the amount, look at all the governmental roles in Nigeria. How many women can we categorically say hold any space? How many women can we say hold like all the same numbers of men that are in power in Nigeria? And I was watching another show the other day there, and from our investigation, it's been alleged that there are 109 senators in the House of Senate, and out of 109, there was only four women. That's disgraceful. 4 women out of 109 are women, and there is 105 men. Like, all of these senators, they travel abroad, they travel to the diaspora, they see how things are run. I'm sure you all watch the BBC Parliament, whatever, when they do all of their debates. Do you see the population of women to the population of men in the among the ministers? Do you see them? This is not in Nigeria, when it comes to gender, women are always placed on the back seats. Like, women are not needed here, and that has to change. So let's listen to. I've got a lot of videos, so I'm just going to be playing short snippets of them, because I believe that most of you will have watched most of those videos. But there are some real videos that I really want us to touch on. Exactly, fashion will answer just four, and it's a disgrace. Out of 109, 4 are women. 4 are women. Like, make it make sense. Gender equality. You are right. Fashion with lifestyle. You are absolutely right. I don't understand it. Women's role is not in the kitchen. Let me put the video of Natasha here. Like I said, it's just going to be short snippet. I'm not going to play all of the videos in all of its entirety, because I believe everybody have seen what's been going on. So I came late onto this topic. So hello, K family, how are you?
I'm going to speak my own truth, and the Senate President is allowed to counter that. It all started on the 8th of December, 2023, which was a day before his birthday and my birthday. We are birthday mates. We were all in Akwa Ibom because he had a big fanfare in the stadium. Myself, my husband, and a few of his close friends, we went to Akwa Ibom. And at first, we were at Ikot Ekpene. We were in his house in Ikot Ekpene. Then we all moved to his house in Uyo, which was about 8 p.m. And he held my hand and said he wanted to show me around his house. My husband was walking behind us, just 3 of us. We're walking around from room to room. He showed me the beautiful interior. This was done by this, by that, this designer here, he bought this from us. Like, oh, it's beautiful. And then I noticed that he hastened his pace while still holding my hand. And my husband was behind, still on his phone, but he was catching up whenever he could. And then he got to this particular sitting room, and he said, "Do you like my house?" I said, "Of course, sir. Every room, beautiful, nice interior, quality taste." He said, "Now that you're a senator, I'm going to create a time for us to come spend quality moments here. You will enjoy it."
What does it mean by, now that she's a senator, is going to create time for her so that they could come spend quality time? Like, what's that meant to me? If somebody said that, if a man said that to me, I'll be like, "Are you all right?" Like, what time? What time?
At that point, I just pulled away and I was like, I don't really understand what exactly that meant. But then my husband now, when I turned around, I saw my husband was already near me. And the way my husband looked at me and looked at him, I was beginning to wonder, did he hear part of that inciting statements or not? And then the Senate president too, I saw that he also had that thought, like, did my husband hear the invitation to treat or not? So then the Senate president now said, oh, by the way, let me show you my chapel. He has a chapel in his house as well. So while we were going to the chapel, you know, we walked in silence and all. So that evening, before we left the Senate president's house at about 11 midnight to the 4 Points in Ikotekpene. And my husband asked me, Natasha, what did the Senate president whisper to you? What's he telling
you? As if I knew our husband would read something to obviously their body language and obviously the sudden movements. So it was, I love the fact that, yeah, our husband asked her. And I hope she actually confided, because there's a post from my husband to say that his wife confided in him what happened.
I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have a good time? Or should I just kill it there, wrap it as if there was nothing? Because tomorrow was a big day. I know how much my husband adores the Senate president. He loves him as a brother. My husband would do anything to support him. So I told my husband, nothing. I can't remember what I created, but I just gave him some words to manage.
And obviously here, like I said, if that was me, maybe I would have taken the same reaction. I would have reacted the same way she decided by not saying to her husband. But obviously her husband came out with a post to say that she confided in him. Because I was watching a show and the person was like, excuse me, the person was like, she should have, that the only way they faulted her was that she did not tell her husband straight there and there what Senator Akpabio said. You know what? Men are kind of like corny in a way. On a normal day, as a woman, if you say such, for the fact that your husband asked you and you say such to him, that is a ground for him to start suspecting you. Yes, a lot of you might not agree. That is a ground for him to start suspecting you, even though in your own mind you know that's not going to happen. But for the fact that you go on to tell him, now I'm not saying she shouldn't have, but obviously because the man also respected Senator Akpabio in a way, I wouldn't have thought that he would think his wife would do such. But if I was in her shoes at that instant, maybe I wouldn't have told my husband what happened. Maybe later on I would, explain. But then it's just to echo like the other show that I was watching. The person was like, the only way they faulted her was that she did not, say to her husband instantly when her husband asked her what was happening. So maybe in a way I faulted her in that way as well. But we know how African men thinks. You tell them, it's a ground for them to start suspecting you. So let's keep listening.
To mask what was said. When we laid in bed, I looked to my right and my husband wrapped his arms around me and he said, my love, you can't tell me anything. What did the Senate president tell you? Again, I was like, don't you believe me? I said, nothing. Nothing. Moreover, it's my birthday in a few minutes. Let's just be happy. Then my husband told me he doesn't want to see me travel out of the country alone, and I should not go to the Senate president's house because he has a guest house where many senators.
So when she said this was when I knew, or this was when I thought that her husband might have heard what Senator Akpabio said to her. Obviously he didn't want her to be alone anywhere with Senator Akpabio. Hence why it was like, oh no, our husband does not want her to travel alone. Our husband does not want, So I felt in a way that Senator Natasha's husband might have heard what Senator Akpabio said to his wife.
Senators do go there, after office to get approvals and all that.
So in a long shot, in a nutshell, Senator Natasha went on to allege that Senator Akpabio, SAR, sexually, I don't want to use the word because of YouTube, sexually harassed her. And what happened afterwards? Senator Akpabio's wife came out to defend a shameless husband, allegedly. I'm sorry to say. Well, I'm not sorry to say. But with that being said, so this is not the first time Senator Akpabio has been accused of sexually harassing women around him or women that works with him. So a certain lady also came out, was it last year or year before, who also, said the same thing. This Port Harcourt woman said, she claimed that she slapped that she slapped Senator Akpabio because Senator Akpabio was trying to make her one of his side pieces. So let's listen to that video here. I've got it here as well. Please like the live stream, guys.
Why did you slap him? Why did you slap him?
He slapped him because of his plan B. He thought that he could, since he couldn't get me to take that money, he thought that plan B, if it could come up on me, he didn't know that I'm a Port Harcourt girl. Port Harcourt girls are not moved by money, by somebody telling me that you make me a substantive MD. The Port Harcourt girls are
Can we clarify this? Because this is, we can't gloss over. What is the plan B? He came up on you. What exactly does that mean?
We were having a meeting, and Akpabio's meeting with me is either in Apple or at Meridian or whatever. Those are his meetings. I slapped him.
Well, Joy, are you accusing Senator Akpabio of attempted rape? Is that the point you are making?
Harassment sounds better, not rape.
Okay, so you are accusing him expressly of harassment?
Yes, I am accusing him.
So you guys heard there. So Senator Natasha is not the first, and she's not going to be the last. So what actually now happened there? You will have thought that this senator, obviously, according to Senator Natasha, that the Senate president can come out and debunk whatever she has to say. So, like I said, that interview is long. I don't want to play it all out here because of copyright. You know, you have to use something fair usage. So you all heard there when that woman said that actual harassment is more like it, that she won't call it RAPE. So that is the number 3 person in Nigeria, a shameless e-goat. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry. These are the people we have in governing office, who are governing Nigeria, who are making laws, who are dictating how things are run in Nigeria after the president. And they want to turn House of Senate, or the only 4 women that we have, they want to turn them to side chicken, side ends. You will have thought that Senator Akpabio will either do a PR or ask somebody to come out like his mouthpiece to come and speak for him. And what did they do? His wife came out to defend her shameless husband. Let's hear what she has to say.
To go and make such an allegation, there must be a discussion at home. And if the approval has come from the husband, our friend, I believe that he would have spoken to me. Because
no, the husband shouldn't have spoken to, because it will have been an awkward conversation. It will have been awkward for Senator Natasha's husband to speak to. Yes, you guys have close relationship and whatever. It will have been awkward of him to come speak to you saying, no, by the way, your husband is hitting on my wife. It will have been awkward. No, I don't support that. He should have come speak. He should have come speak with you. No, he could have dealt with it in his own way without even speaking to you. And then it's up to your old husband to now say to you that, oh, my wife, actually, what happened was a mistake. But you saying that Senator Natasha's husband should have spoken to you that your husband, Mr. Number 3 of Nigeria, is hitting on his wife. That's bullshit, man. Please like.
We are close. He's close to my husband. If he didn't give her the approval to go on air and make such an allegation, then the question is, does he have control?
So she's saying to us that for the fact that Senator Natasha came out to the public, Senator Natasha is not the first person that has actually accused Senator Akpabio. The first lady that we listen to, if it was investigated, maybe if she put in a complaint the right way, it would have been investigated. And we all know in Nigeria, all of these things, they don't take it bloody serious. They believe that when it happens or when a woman talks about it, they just have to shush a woman. That's what they do in Nigeria. That's what they do. Especially when the woman comes out to come and cry out, this happened to me. They will think that they will even victim shame her for even coming out to talk about it in the first place. But then coming out to talk about it means that you should investigate it, not try to shut the victim up, which was what they do to that other woman who's called Joy. I don't remember her last name now. So now she's saying that for the fact that Senator Natasha came out to speak about it means that Senator Natasha's husband does not have control over her. Like, excuse me? Does a marriage mean that the husband should have a control? No, both of them hold control in that relationship because it's a work. She can decide to bring her work home, and she can decide not to bring her work home, but it involves her ability to perform at her full capacity if the person who is known as number 3, the person whom his wife is saying that is a disciplined man, is purposely allegedly hitting on somebody else's wife, and this somebody else's wife is not a stranger to him. It's somebody he knows really well. It's somebody who look up to him as a big brother.
The Senate can do better than it's doing, but there's hardly any.
Right, okay. This is not the video I want us to play right now. So obviously, his wife came out to defend his shenanigans, saying that the Senator Natasha's husband should have spoken to her if that was the case, blah, 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 blah. And then she went on to put in 2 lawsuits. Yeah, Senator Akpabio's wife. She has actually made 2 lawsuits against Senator Natasha. And I believe Senator Natasha has also sued her for defamation or something like that. So Senator Akpabio's wife is like, saying my husband is a disciplined man. He respects me and the children. Like, madam, you are not the accused. Your husband was accused. Why is your husband not coming out to speak for himself? Why is he not coming out to defend himself? Because for all the actions, for all the things that has been done since this news came out, since Senator Natasha came out, it definitely points out that Senator Akpabio is guilty. Senator Akpabio is guilty, because why is he not out here? If somebody accuses you, you know you've not done that thing. Like, I will be the first one to come out here and debunk. But this shameless number 3 man in Nigeria is not coming out. Instead, he pushed his wife out. And what do you expect his wife to say? The wife who do not want herself and her children to be excluded from his will, allegedly. Why would she not come out here and defend him? He respects me. Yes, he might respect you, but that does not mean that he's going to respect every other woman out there that he works with. Because who knows, maybe you are probably giving him bass at home. Hence why he will respect you. But then when he sees other women out there that he works with, because of the power or the ego that he has, he thinks he could just speak to any woman and treat them like shit. So she went on, obviously, to say she's putting a lawsuit, 2 lawsuits of almost, was it 250 something million or something against Senator Natasha. And I was just like, well, this party is about to get started. So there's another video I'm going to put on now that I want us to watch, and it's the tactics that Senator Akpabio's wife or Senator Akpabio's camp they've been putting in. So they set up a group of women who have allegedly collected for 5,000 naira to come and protest on the streets. Say they should leave their son. Let me find that video. I was like, when I saw that video, I was disgusted. Please like this live stream, guys. I was disgusted.
We are telling her not to disrespect our son again. He's so important to us. He's a precious son. He's a gold. He's a precious son to Akpabio. He's a precious son to the women of Niger Delta. So we are telling her that
I won't be surprised if 85% of these women that are out here shamelessly shouting out here do not even know what is happening. I will not be surprised if 85% of them out there does not even have a freaking idea what transpired or what happened. Instead, they are alleged 5,000 naira that I gave them. They've obviously collected for 5,000 naira allegedly to come and display their foolishness. And like Abby, one of my members here will often say that Nigeria deserves the government that we have. So a woman came out to allege that the number 3 person, obviously they are in the same Senate house together, actually harassed her. You will have thought that, obviously, that was in the media. You will have thought that, oh, okay, they will maybe approach her, speak to her, or advise her to put in a formal complaint so they could investigate it. But what happened? Senator Akpabio's wife came out to come and defend his Arandi husband. And then they gave all of these people allegedly 5,000 naira to come and dance a show of shame. Hello, Gladys Corner, welcome. To come and dance a show of shame. People will now they canvas, so when 5,000 naira finish, I will know how else you're going to go ahead.
That should stop insulting our son. The women said that should be the first and the last for her harassing our son in a way which is not good. And the women of Akpabio said, we don't want that any longer.
story. So you all heard how they carry their placards saying that the Randy #3 man in Nigeria, somebody accused you of something. If you are not guilty, it is the husband I expect to be doing all of those lawsuits, not the wife. Because at the end of the day, Senator Natasha has nothing to do with the wife. It was your husband that was accused. Why is he not out here, defending himself? But the wife is out here shamelessly sitting down here saying that she was being defamed, that her family was caused some sort of whatever it is that she claimed that her family did. So there's another video also. Obviously, they've been trying so hard to put in lots of propaganda everywhere. And also, in case you guys don't know, Senator Natasha is a barrister. She's got an MSc in law or something. She's a barrister, so she's well learned. She knows what she's doing. And yes, there's been lots of propaganda everywhere. Reno Omokri, that one came out to say that this is not the first time that Senator Natasha has actually come out to accuse people of saying they sexually assaulted her. So Senator Natasha is a 45-year-old lady, and her husband came out to say that her husband made a post to say that she actually confided in him. That she confided in him, that he knows what's happened. And like I said, when that gossip talk happened there, when the alleged incident happened, I want to believe that her husband heard or obviously or maybe possibly noticed that change in instance or movement in between both of them. So with Natasha not wanting to say, so Natasha not wanting to come out straight to her husband, she must have a reason. Thank you, Pinda. Please, guys, like and share this live stream. She must have had a reason. We all know how African men think. You tell them that a man is coming up on you, they will give them the ground to start suspecting you. I'm a victim of that. I once confided in my husband about something like that. Till tomorrow. Yeah, he still looks at me as, that's a ground for him to suspect me every move I make. So I don't blame Senator Natasha, maybe at that instance, for not confiding in her husband, but I want to believe that she later did. But I'm of the opinion that her husband possibly heard what Senator Akpabio said to her. So this was a post. Lekon Rolla said, her husband knows who the senator is. Yeah. Hello, everybody. The hustle is real low. Exactly, urgent 5K, and that urgent 5K will finish as time goes on. Guys, please like and share this live stream. So this was a post from Natasha's husband. He said, in quotes, Gladys Kona said, I think she did it exactly. So that's why when I saw this post, I was like, well, if she did not, the husband wants to be putting all of his weight. And by the way, her husband knows the kind of woman he married. I mean, he's God's. And I want to believe that he heard what Senator Akpabio said to his wife. So he said here that, in quote, I have unwavering faith in my wife's loyalty, and I'm fully committed to our marriage, which is grounded in love, compassion, and mutual respect. So there's a long post like that. I don't want to read it, but I'm sure most of you must have seen it. So this was a post, the letter that Senator Natasha's husband published to say that, what, at some point I had initially resolved to refrain from commenting on the ongoing dispute between my beloved wife, Senator Natasha Akpoti, and the Senator President, Senator Godswill and Akpabio. However, recent developments have compelled me to issue this statement. It is clear that certain sentiments, it just goes on to show that, he tried in his own way to settle this thing in private, behind closed doors, so that all the things that we are hearing now, we won't be hearing it. But then, this Senator Akpabio still did not respect his wife. This Senator Akpabio still did not respect the fact that Senator Natasha is a colleague. It's not somebody that you can be humorous with. Because one auntie like that want us to go and hijack her wig. Senator Akpabio can be humorous, can be a funny person. No, you guys are colleagues. You are in the Senate House discussing important issues. You're not there to crack jokes. You're not in the House of Senate to crack jokes or throw some sort of stupid, humorous, whatever it is they want to say he is doing. So, and I love the fact that her husband came out here, to stand by her. Obviously, Senator Natasha goes on to say to Senator Akpabio's wife that, for your sanity, stay out of my allegations against your husband. I have concrete evidence. I would love to know what evidence Senator Natasha has against Senator Akpabio. So that's that with that. So let's now go and watch all of the videos of the propaganda that they've been putting out. Exactly, Gladys is speaking on her for no good reason. And you guys, are you surprised at how African men will treat our women nowadays when a whole #3 is treating a so-called colleague? What is the difference between them being Senate in the House of Senate? The only difference is because he's the president of the Senate. If you come out that president come out, is just like every other Senate in the House of Senate. So what? How dare him? How dare him? In a sane world, if this were to happen in the United Kingdom, it would have tendered his resignation and his countless apology. And if at the end of the day, all newspapers all over the UK, they will squander his face with so many Orishirishi headlines to describe him, a Randy Sokonikon. You all know how UK tabloids go about, headlines, but it's in Nigeria. And what's happening? It still feels big. His wife had the audacity to come out and talk. Like, who the hell are you? Were you there? Were you in the house to see how your husband disrespected her? Were you in the house? You were not there. You don't freaking know what was going on. And if your husband is doing a play-away match, do you think you would know? Do you think you would know? So you came out here to come and defend a grown-ass 62-year-old man. Anyways, so they've started with all of this propaganda. And I was watching a certain interview today saying that obviously they should not be using false names to address each other, being senators. But then there's an Odiego, if that's what I should call him, slamming Natasha. Let me get that video. So these are all the videos of the propagandas that have been put out against Senator Natasha. And for all I care, I stand with Senator Natasha. Even the other 3 women who are in the Senate House with her, they are all speaking trash. They are all speaking trash. So let me bring those videos to you. I'm just getting them out here. Please like the live stream as you come in, guys. So the one that upset me the most, is that one of Itagiwa. That video is
just now that I was taken aback, ma. You said
so. Itagiwa was on this news, and I felt like slapping that woman. And I did drop a comment that I think allegedly she's on colos. They must have given her a wrong colos before she came on that stage. So let's listen to this. This is one of the propaganda that has been set up against Senator Natasha.
It is, you feel disappointed that Natasha came out to air a point of. So is it that
even this guy here, you should not even be calling her Natasha. You should be adding Senator Natasha to her name because it's outright disrespectful. It's just like here in the UK. You want to address your lecturer, Mr. Where I work, doctors, anesthetists, we call them doctors. Our surgeons, we call them Mr. or Miss. Teachers, lecturers, you address them. If they're a prof, you address them as Prof. So. You don't say, Lagbaja. No. I would imagine that somebody with years of experience of being a journalist in Nigeria, you know how best to address a senator.
When a woman is sexually harassed, as she claims, she should keep quiet? Misogyny should continue?
No, I don't.
That women should not speak up?
No.
You wonder how nowadays women are being being shamed, being called whatever. You wonder why there's lots of buying of young women now. You wonder why even some stupid randy men are taking advantage of younger children. And a grown-ass woman like this is saying that if this is to be happening, that women shouldn't have come out, like Senator Natasha shouldn't have come out. And I dropped a comment under this video saying that I hope whatever she's saying that Senator Natasha shouldn't have come out to say happens to her daughters and to her granddaughters if she has any.
No.
Because she has won election, she's in Senate now.
You have passed that. By the time you contest election and get to Senate, you understand? Yeah. You have passed that. You have passed that stage of your life of being sexually harassed.
Nonsense. That's a blatant nonsense coming out of a grown-ass woman's mouth. At what stage are women not actually harassed? Office, sales girl? Tell me. So you mean that even when she now comes into the House of Senate, if that allegedly happens, she should not speak out. She should take her, she should rub body on it. That she should rub body on it. Exactly, Gladys. That's why women don't come out when stuff like this happens to them, because they will victim shame them. And that's what all of this propaganda is all about. They are actually shaming her for speaking out. Yes, maybe Senator Natasha should have filed a formal complaint. But then she will have thought that for her to not have filed a formal complaint, she will have thought that, if I file a complaint, they won't do anything because guess what? It's number 3 in the world in Nigeria. They won't take it serious. Hello, how are you? They won't take it serious. So she felt in order for fire to follow on this case, she decided to bring it out to social media. Yes, now that she has set the fire moving, I am of the opinion that she should now go and put in a normal formal complaint about that harassment. We all heard of the first Port Harcourt woman that claimed that she slapped Senator Akpabio because Senator Akpabio was trying plan B on her. That we never heard. Was that investigated? Was that investigated? No. Maybe if that woman has came to the social media first and then filed a complaint, maybe something must have been done. So now this grown-ass woman is coming out here that, oh, Senator Natasha has passed the stage because she's in the Senate now. So now that she's in the Senate, if XA now happens to her, she should not come out and talk. That is what freaking this old woman is saying here.
Really?
So yes, by the time if you go there and stand, you are past that. You go there, so you are all equal in that Senate.
So really, so yes, if somebody
you are all equal, it's out of order. And again, it shows weakness. You don't allow it.
So is it a show of weakness for a woman to speak out?
It cannot happen in the Senate.
Really?
I'm not saying that.
Did you hear her? She said, she's saying that extra harassing cannot happen in the Senate. Did you guys heard earlier on? We have 104 men in the House of Senate, only 4 women. 105 men in the House of Senate, and there's only 4 women. And this old hag, I'm sorry to say, is saying that S-assing. No, I'm using all of this S-assing because of YouTube community. She's saying that cannot happen in the House of Senate. Like, seriously? Is this woman all right? I think I am of the opinion that she's allegedly on Kolos, or she was allegedly on Kolos before she came on that show, or maybe she has been given taju. She probably allegedly drank taju before she came on this show, because I think she came drunk. I think she allegedly came drunk. So if you have completed the election and you're now in the Senate, that cannot happen. Like, excuse me, is this woman all right? And that assault cannot happen in the House of Senate in a world of men 105.
Lady is lying. I'm not God. But again, my dear, when you get to Senate, you are there as a person. You are not.
And you should not even address the presenter as my dear. Nobody's your my dear. Address him by his name. Who is your my dear? You know, education, school is not a scam.
As a man or woman, you are there as a person. It doesn't matter what you are carrying between,
but she's
whatever.
Complaining
you
that there's no equality.
You are there. And then, mind you,
she's complaining about.
I don't think at the stage of, I respect that girl. I like her. She's very intelligent. Very, very well spoken.
I respect that girl. This woman is sicko. She's not a girl. She's a 42-year-old married woman. Who is girl? Hey, Jehovah Jireh. Let's keep listening.
You understand? But I do not think that the person you call sir, because first of all, if you call somebody sir, then you are giving the person a cane to whip you.
You know what? When I was watching this woman talk, I felt like pouring her, giving her atori, give her woto, film. That was what I felt like when I was watching her. So that's one of the propaganda. They are suddenly coming out. Till now, President Sen Akpabio has not come out to say, I did not do what she accused me of. Instead, they started raising propaganda. So this woman here is propaganda number 1. That SA cannot happen in the Senate. Dirty talk. Lekorola said, Nigeria never happened to us. Amen. No, Zeno said, I'm so embarrassed. I am shocked. I am shocked. She is allegedly Delulu. Let us be using allegedly. Gladys Connor said, so embarrassing and shame on those women. Absolute shame. Zeno said, what do they think Natasha will gain from speaking out? She has a lot to lose from coming forward. Exactly. So people are like, oh, that's not the first time she's been accusing people, but of all those times that she's allegedly accused people, was it ever investigated? Maybe this is our time to make sure that this gets investigated and something must be done about it. So let me go on to another propaganda. They are trying really, really hard to deal with Senator Natasha, and in this regard, they are going to fail. There's another woman that I really wanted us to, to hijack a wig off her head. I really want a wig off her head.
Reiterate that I took over.
So this woman is called Senator Biodun Ogunjimi. So she took over. I think she was formerly the Senate president or something temporarily before Senator Akpabio came on. That was what she was about to say there. So keep listening to her.
from him.
Yeah.
As a minority leader. And so I kind of know him, know his wife very well. I know that he jokes a lot.
Yes. He jokes a lot. He's a freaking clown then. If he jokes a lot, he should not be the president of the Senate. He jokes a lot. Let him go crack joke with his wife and his children at home. And like I said, this week, I wish somebody can yank that wig off her head for me. He jokes a lot. Is it jokes they go to crack in the House of Senate with people's wives?
He's fond of making little fun out of everything.
Or would you call it unguarded statements?
Not unguarded, but he loves to make everything light.
Light.
And you see, when you do that, you become very vulnerable.
Ow.
So
maybe it should not be then, because where they are discussing serious talk that bring changes to the country. Maybe it should not be humorous. Maybe it should not be a freaking clown. It should be professional, and it should stay that way.
Makes him very vulnerable. I saw what they all went through.
Gladys Kona said, I used to work in National Assembly. I know all of these things. Oh.
True, as men, when I was there, they were all...
Zeno said, not saying the other women look bad, but Natasha is so much more put together that these women come. Exactly. Hence why she said to the Akpabio's wife that, you know what, stay out of my way. It's your husband I've got issues with. Your husband should know better. He is number 3 after president, after vice president. He's the number 3 of Nigeria. And I'm super disgusted that he's still not tendered his resignation.
Victimized by people from outside.
Gladys Kona said, funny enough, I know this saying, I beg Gladys Kona, help us go to her house and go and snatch that wig. Go and steal that wig for me. Let's go and yank that wig off so that I can put it on eBay. I was irritated watching her talk.
And I had to rescue them all of the time.
What do you mean victimized?
You see, it's difficult to explain what they go through there. And so they make light of every issue.
Light of every issue.
Most of the men there go through a lot themselves.
A lot.
It's
a lot. In the space of 105 men. What do they go through, please? Do they need a psychiatrist there to assess them each and every time they are holding emotion or something? What a lot are they going through, or could they be going through, where there's only 4 women amongst them? What do they go through? Please, I would have loved for this madam to have told us what those men go through, because I am not understanding.
Not as easy as you see it. They also internalize a lot of things. You find people calling them from outside, putting their wives on the spot, and making different issues out of nothing. And
so she complained about being harassed is an issue out of nothing. This woman is allegedly sick.
And so they also go through that. And I've had to support some of them to even go home to say, no, this can't be true. So they are all very vulnerable.
Okay.
How?
Now,
how are they?
we don't have...
How are they vulnerable? There's 105 men to 4 women. How are these men vulnerable? Madam, make it make sense.
Have all the time, very limited time, but I want to put these 2 questions across to you. You can manage it in 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. What's your take on the 103 billion naira suit filed by Akpoti against the Senate President and others? And then secondly, the bill on female gender and sexual violence against women was eventually passed. It eventually passed.
All right, so I don't need this part of this video. Let's move on to the next propaganda. The propaganda is not easy. The propaganda plenty well. The propaganda plenty well. There's another one like that they said that he is always in the back seat of Senator Natasha's car. Let me find him. I pray I have that video. Okay, I think I have it here. That one was just shouting as if he was talking to his wife.
First time, just give me some time. This is not the first.
Voila. This one, they said allegedly he is always in Senator Natasha's car. Senator Natasha will be driving him everywhere. See the way you guys should just listen to the way this man was talking. What's his name again? His name is Onye Kachi Unwebonji. So he's the Senate deputy chief whip. That's who this Amueba, or what should I call it? I don't even know what to call him. That's what he is. Listen to
First
the
time this
nonsense.
woman is doing this. This is a woman that have accused Ayabelo of sexual harassment. This is the same woman that have accused.
So when she accused this Yahaya Bello allegedly, was it ever investigated? No. So what do you expect?
I'm coming. Allow me to
allow him to talk. He's as dark as his, look at his cap, look at him. They are the same color.
Allow me to flow.
Okay.
This is the
allow them to let you flow.
same woman that accused Reno Omokri, the former media aide to Jonathan.
So if she accused Reno Omokri, was her complaint ever taken seriously? Was it investigated? What was the outcome of the investigation?
Of sexual harassment. This is a woman I saw in a video yesterday accusing a minister of sexual harassment. Are you the only woman in Nigeria?
Can you look at the member, chief whip, some of the men that are making decisions for us in Nigeria? Can you hear him talk?
Natasha, what is wrong with you?
Oh, your mic.
But Senator
Okay, 1 second.
This is madness.
Senator Webber, just because
Nigerian women should rise against it. Let me tell you something.
Nigerian women.
Yes.
This man is going to be a wife beater, allegedly.
Natasha is spoiling game for Nigerian women trying to enter politics because nobody will vote for a woman. No, I'm telling you.
Can you imagine gender war? Nobody will vote a woman. Why would nobody vote a woman? Because all of you randish old fools are blocking that channel. Hence why there's 105 of you all bloody sitting down there. And that woman with a 1953 wig is saying that you all are passing through a lot. What are you all passing through? If your wives are giving you a hard time at home, maybe you should go home as she advised you, instead of coming onto. In fact, let's keep listening to him.
If women can behave this way, then that is danger.
Well,
is your wife at home behaving the way she's behaving? Gladys to say what? If women can be behaving this way, then they are in danger.
That's a generalization. That's a generalization.
And I have my points.
Senator Wemboy, that's a
Then
generalization.
this latent provocation, you accuse her, you want to sexually harass me. Who are you?
All right.
A mother of 6.
She's a woman.
Now they are attacking her person. He's attacking her personality. What has her personal life got to do with her life as a senator in the House of Senate? A mother of 6. So does that change anything? Does that change anything? She is learned. She is a barrister. So no, she's not talking nonsense. She's not coming out here to come and say nonsense. She knows what she is doing. This is somebody who knows the law. And if she's come out to say this, I'm sure she has a reason for bringing it out to social media as compared to having it dealt with internally. Do we know so many other, like she said, that motion she was trying to raise, she filed the motion 6 times. The first 5 times that motion was not allowed. It was at the 6th time she forced her to say no. She kept on talking. And she was saying that, no, I'm not scared of you. I'm going to push this motion. Would they have done that to another man in the house? No. But this gorilla has something to say.
Can
you imagine? Ask children for different men. What has that got to do with the fact that she filed that the number 3 man in Nigeria, SAR? What has her personal life? Whatever she decides to do, she let her have 20 children with 20 men. So what does that add to Nigerian economy? And for the fact that he was being given the hair time to come and hear this trash, is disgusting.
You can't go into her character. This is a mother of 6 for different men.
All right.
Can you imagine attacking her character? 6 children with 6 different men. What? In fact, I wish Senator Natasha sued this man as well.
I don't think that her character is not questionable.
All right, Mr.
Sexual
Wemboy.
allegations don't have anything to do with
His
with her marital status or the number of children she has.
She's actually his
Let me
business.
ask you the next question.
I'm going to her character. She has to change.
But this is misogyny here.
Yeah.
See, if Senator Natasha no sue this man, we must do a GoFundMe to sue this man. So that's all the propaganda they've been bringing around Senator Natasha. And there's more propaganda. You know what? I don't want to take your time. I've been the only one speaking for almost an hour now. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section if anybody wants to jump onto the backstage, and let's chat for another 20 minutes before I round off this live stream. Okay, I have dropped the link in the comment section. If any of you want to come up and say one or two things, for me, I am disgusted. And as Abby will say, we deserve the government we have in Nigeria. Because, like I said, look at all the powerful positions in Nigeria. How many of those posts do women hold? And with all of these things going on, any woman who wants to go into politics, I am sure they'll be they'll be demotivated. They will not be encouraged seeing random men like this assassinating her character because she decided to step up to come and speak about the fact that the number 3 man in Nigeria, SHR. Now they're saying he's not saying that she should go and change. Mother of 6 children with 6 different men. So what has that got to do with what is on ground? And we're talking about protecting our female children. How do we do this? That when there are men in the House of Senate like this man here saying the trash that he's saying, like, I don't get it. Please like and share this live stream, guys. I've dropped the link in the comment section there. If you want to jump in for maybe another 10-15 minutes, let's have a chat before we round up. So that's one of another propaganda they've been raising against her there. And I believe there's another one, obviously, Ireti Kingibe. That woman too was like, Senator Natasha did not speak to anybody. She does not have to speak to any of you about it, because at the end of the day, it's our case. Hello, Gladys Connor, welcome. Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi, 115.
welcome.
How's your day? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So, to be honest, I'm just so disgusted. This thing is just so annoying. And like I said, you see, I've been in that place. I know how this thing runs. Yeah.
Yeah.
These people that are talking now, a lot has gone into their accounts.
Exactly. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Because I remember then when I was there many years ago, when a speaker or anybody wants to pass anything, that's how they get a lot.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly, I'll put allegedly again before they will say, you know. So they are not talking from their senses. They are not talking from their own. Yeah, it's just the money talking.
The money
honestly. Yeah. And another thing I wanted to say is, you see, this woman is too intelligent for them.
Exactly.
She's a threat. She's a threat to all of them in that place. They've seen her like somebody that would, there are some motions, there are something that they bring to the table, and she will be against it because of what she stands for. Do you understand? And they've seen her as a threat. That this one, he won't let us chop our mulao. So they want to get rid of her. So they have to look for every way to get rid of her.
Punish her image.
That's what they're trying to do. Yes.
It's crazy.
And because of the kind of person that she is,
she's not
which I applaud this lady, to be honest. She's not going to, the only thing is, I just hope they don't, frustrate her out of, this position. Yeah. But if I I won't stop talking.
I won't stop talking.
I won't stop talking. Because at the end of the day, this person has disrespected me. We are all senators. We are in the same, because you are the speaker or whatever you are, doesn't mean you don't give me the respect that I deserve in the House of Senate. That's just so disrespectful. It's only in Nigeria that you see this kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that he's still sitting on his chair. I'm surprised that he's not even uttered anything. Instead, he's pushed his wife, and his wife went to go and jack women with a 5K.
That his wife self has no sense.
She does not. Well, she has no choice but to come and speak so that the man does not remove her from his will.
Hey, woman,
that's why
what money we cost and power. Money and power.
Exactly. She doesn't come and defend the man. The man will say, your will, your name is going to come out of my will. So
oh my God. I've been seeing this. The YouTube has been suggesting, because I watched her interview one of the days. So YouTube has been suggesting some of her, all these people chatting rubbish. And this Akpabio, in fact, I'm going to call my sister and tell them,
That wig, we need
This
to go and
man,
scratch that wig.
we'll go and remove her. You know, she's been in that house so many times.
Yeah,
I
she said
thought
it
by
was
now she would have even retired and left. Because when I was working there, she was in. I think she was in the house of what's it called, representative
She's
at
still
the
there now.
time.
She's not going to leave now because she does not want to lose from collecting all the mullah that they are giving her allegedly.
And you are a woman as well. Instead of you to, just stay neutral. If you don't want to say anything,
Exactly. If you don't want to back her up because obviously they are threatened by obviously who she is.
she is. Yeah, she's more intelligent than all of them put together. All of them put together.
Kingi
And this is a shame.
does not speak to any of us.
It's
Why should she
shame.
speak to any of you? She does not have to speak to any because it's a matter. It involves her. She doesn't have to speak to any of you.
Yeah. And they went to look for all this. I'm sorry to say, some people that are hungry and looking for, they need that 5,000 naira, whatever they give to them to feed their family.
Abi will say, Nigerians, we deserve the government we have. We definitely deserve the government we have.
They went to look for them because they know those are the ones that can carry placard and everything for them.
Under 24 hours, they're already dancing. Our song. Who be that song?
Yeah, they have, now he doesn't even have to leave his office. It's just, like a chain. He has people under him, then another person under those people, and before you know it, he gets to the grassroots. That's how they do it. I've been in this thing, so I know how these things work.
It's just crazy. Like
it's a shame. It's a shame, but
I hope that Natasha will not back down. Let her continue to hold them, squeeze them by their balls.
Yes. Because
this is how change can happen.
Akpabio or whatever it is. Because look at Natasha. Natasha. She's beautiful. She is beautiful and intelligent. So I wouldn't be surprised that if they are making passes at her.
Exactly. Exactly. I would have thought that obviously it's the women that are in there that should probably be going through a lot. Not the only week you were saying that men in there are going through a lot. That
week was from 2001, I think.
It's time for us to go and hijack that week.
I'll call my sister tonight and say, I beg, help me call your Auntie Biodo. Tell her to go and change that wig I saw on the TV.
That week. I will offer to send that one from the UK if she doesn't.
Her husband was my dad's friend, actually.
It's just honestly.
And I didn't think, I don't know why people was just. And that Itagiwa, what was she saying? That one, does she have bipolar or something?
Yeah, where is that video? Let me see if I can find it. Because I have a video of her. And she did not contact me. Well, I have 2 videos of her anyway. So let me put it one after the other here. We still have time to listen to her. She was just
from the Senate. So if I can point out that other women have been moved several times. On that day, I wasn't there, but I gather that several men were also moved.
It's really not about the sitting area. It's not about the seats. Did they pour cement in all of these women's head? It's not about the seat. There's much more about the seat thing. It's not about the seats.
And I'm only here as chairperson of Women Affairs. I want women.
Yeah, chairperson of Women Affairs. I did not see that's happened to her. You are meant to be a balagba. That
you should be ashamed of yourself.
You should be able to observe some things.
Cover your face
together. See, when I first saw the first video of Natasha back at Sen Akpabio, I was like, this Sen Akpabio has messed up his way, or messed himself up in presence of Natasha. For her to go on the first time when she was talking and he was disrespectful to her. I was like, this man has trespassed.
Women to know we have to follow the rules of the institution we choose to enter, and that is mostly the point of this visit here. Whether there's sexual harassment between them, they already had personal relationships because.
What personal relationship do they have? What personal relationship do they have that you know of?
Exactly.
What relationship do they have that you know of?
They came to the Senate.
All right.
The 3 of us had no relationship with Senator Akpabio before we came.
So that's where, as a woman, whatever you call yourself, that's where you should be like, you should be worried for Senator Natasha. You said here that they had a relationship before she came into the Senate. That's where you should what's actually going on between these two?
Going on? Instead of you coming to grad interview that you don't even know what you are talking about.
So she's trying to put down Senator Natasha's character here. So if you know that they had a relationship before she came into the Senate, And you notice what's been happening between them. All of this tussle of no moving my emotion, no more machine. As a woman, I am chairman of whatever she called herself. Why didn't you step in like, oh, Senator Natasha, I've observed this friction between you and Senator Akpabio. Is something going on? Is there something I should know? Is there a way I could step in to help? Did you do that? No. But you are here to come and criticize a character. There's another one that I saw again. Let me find that one. Guys, leave this in the comment section if you want to jump in. We've got another 10 minutes to go. All right. Another 10 minutes to go.
Place where we are supposed to be fighting over trivialities like sitting arrangements. It's a place where we're supposed to fight about issues that affect the people. And that's why
we're saying Natasha is definitely fighting about the issue because the motion she was, I think for a certain, is it a certain million or I can't remember, but it's meant to be like an avenue to create jobs and stuff.
Jobs, yeah.
To raise. And then they keep blocking her, obviously because they maybe allegedly they have some plan they want to do about that thing. And they don't want us to talk about, so Nigerians can forget that.
Because even the money has been raised for that thing. They want to pocket that money. So they don't want us talking about it.
Allegedly, that's what they want to do. That's why they don't want the woman raising the issue. All of them, they be Barawo only. Is there a type that will come like Babangida in 20 years' time to come and say they are revealing whatever they are trying to change?
They are writing books. They are writing books for you to buy.
When people like us, we saw everything that happened, and somebody come out of the hole to come and rewrite history. And I was like,
I know, just like that.
So now they have the time, they will not do it. It is when they are now working in a walking stick. They will not come and say they are writing a book. All of them we are watching. You're taking Gibe. I know your name.
All these women should cover their faces in shame. Exactly. All these women coming out.
You will have thought that you should be the one behind her back, despite the fact that there's only 4 of them in that house.
Yeah, they see her as, like I said, they see her as competition. They see her as threat to them. Like they are not all on her. Like they just see her as this one. No, we'll get rid of you.
Lekon said they told them to keep that narrative there. They're all saying the same thing. They are trying to tarnish her character.
They've rehearsed it. It's a rehearsed thing. It's a practice. They are all coming out to say the same thing because they've told them. It's scripted. Yeah, that's the word.
That's what
it's scripted. Scripted. What they're saying is all scripted.
Now, what for them? Let's keep
it. This whole thing is a non-issue. If we were fighting, the truth, when I say it's not gender friendly, we expected, because there were only 4 of us, that we'll get privileges. But we don't get them. We fought to get there, and the fight continues until we can get more women in the Senate. So if we don't get privileges, we don't get them. But it does not mean that we don't get our rights.
What do you mean privileges? You are all Senates, and you should all have equal rights.
Wow.
Is it not all on the same level? You are all senators. You should all have equal rights. So what privilege is she talking about? What privilege
Nigeria, we hail thee. Hey.
So it's like all of the prime ministers in the parliament in the UK, when they are targeted, when they are, the way they say, here. So we should not say because they are women now, they cannot talk. Or they cannot. We also, with the way Kemi Badnock has been grabbing Keir Starmer. We should not say because she's a woman, she should not grapple at him. You are all senators and you all have equal rights.
Exactly.
So what
3 of us have not been sexually harassed. That's not to say if Senator.
So what's our business? Maybe there's something you want to tell us. Maybe somebody in the House of Senate has also SAU. Senator Natasha has come out to say her own story that she was being SA'd. So it does not matter if 3 of you have been or not. If you have been, your chance to come and hear it. Because she said
does she not have a right? Does she not have a right to come out and say it? Like
that's what she's saying, that she does not have a right to come out and say it. And then that's why that Itagiwa, that old woman, she's saying that essay that cannot happen in the House of Senate. Like seriously?
Oh God.
Natasha can prove that she has been that.
She says she has proof.
It's fine. We will support her. But she's never discussed it with us. We don't know about it. She did not respond to the rest of the female senators. She has not spoken to any of us throughout this whole episode.
She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to speak to anyone.
Why would she talk to you people? Because she doesn't trust any one of you.
Exactly. And I believe
why would she come and talk to you?
I read somewhere that there's an alleged case between Senator Natasha and say Kingibe, that there's an unresolved issue between them. Obviously, these women don't obviously regard her. So why would she any of views? It's a fight, and let her fight it. Because she'll probably be thinking that these people, they know what is happening, but they try to turn blind eye. They try to turn blind eye. You know,
she knows what to do anyway. I trust her.
Exactly, she knows what to do. And like I said, I don't see the reason why she'll be lying about it, because she's a barrister herself.
Yeah, she knows the implication of this thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't. In fact, the last video before we go.
Of bringing it to the ethics committee, it's like when you say.
I will say this now that the story is now on social media. Let's say Senator Natasha go and put in a formal complaint. Now everybody on social media. Because this man is saying that they will not investigate it because it was not filed, or if something was not filed, that they are not going to investigate it because it's been heard on social media. You will have thought that, okay, for that case to be heard on social media, why not summon her and ask her why did she decide to go on social media? You will have thought about someone that, but no, they're like, hey, we're not going to investigate because she did it on social media. They will never investigate so because they are all randy old fools. I'm not sorry to say.
Some people have an AFRI at the motor park that the court will just go and pick it from the motor park where nobody has made any complaint in the court, when nobody has sued, when nobody has brought any case to the court, or maybe either through the police or personally. So definitely in the Senate, we don't conduct our affairs on maybe when we pick something up from Facebook or in the media, and we just rush to the chamber and we start conducting our affairs on that. We don't do that one. There must be an explicit, straightforward complaint from any senator, for that matter, about any misdemeanor that person alleges that another senator, not only the Senate president, even if it is me, that the senator has committed against him or her. That is, then it will come. The senator will raise it and we drop it, and then the Senate as a whole will now decide that this is necessary, this is worth it to go to the ethics privileges.
What's this Baba talking about? I think that's him saying that they are not going to investigate the case because she did not file a proper complaint.
Yep, that's what he's trying to say.
Okay, Senator, real quickly.
That is
real quickly.
For the sake that is about that one.
Real quickly, for the sake of interaction, please. Sorry.
Yes.
Cases like sex for marks, they were issues that were social media generated and the documentary, and the Senate picked them up to investigate them.
Exactly.
So what you are saying now, that this matter is not of national importance a lot to the ethics committee to pick it up. There was
a petition. There was a petition. On that one, I can tell you. I was there. There was a petition, and the senator. And the senator rose up. Yes.
Okay, so this was now. There needs to be a petition
as a matter for
Okay. Oh yeah.
And the senator rose up to raise it matter for public importance, and that senator was allowed to raise it. He moved it as a motion. That's why it was considered then. The second one is that,
honestly, because they know what they are doing, so they will not let anyone
so annoying.
They are annoying. They are annoying. But like I said, Senator Natasha should continue to press their balls. Let her continue to press their balls. Like I said, she's a learned woman. She knows what she's doing, and her husband is solidly behind her. So if we are clamoring for change, this is how clamor for change starts. It has to start from somebody.
From somebody.
As a who knows how many that's happening. There's SCX for grades.
I'm telling you.
There's a manager somewhere that is harassing the secretary.
I'm sure she's not the first. She's not the only one that man has allegedly done that to. I'm telling you the fact.
When under the comment section of that video where Itagiwa was talking, people were like, "Who knows? Maybe allegedly Itagiwa too. Maybe she sold something. Maybe she gave petus."
Exactly.
If she's saying that SA cannot happen in the House of Senate,
for favors, they are all doing it.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It happens. Honestly, it happens in that place very well.
Where this country is going, only God will let us know. But with that being said, like I said, I hope Senator Natasha continue to grab their balls and not leave them alone. And this is time for at least let him step down from his role first. I know he's proven innocent. He's innocent until proven guilty. Let him step down from his role. for the fact that he's keeping quiet.
Yeah.
And I've heard some people saying that, oh, as a lawyer, because they are also lawyers, that it's better he should not speak. Why should he not speak? So he's comfortable with the fact that somebody came out here to allege that he sexually harassed her. And if
Exactly.
somebody come out and tell me that I do that, I will cause glass blows. I will cause glass blows. And I want Senator Natasha to bring that evidence. Let her plaster that evidence everywhere, because the way all of them have come out with propaganda now, that's like almost 5 people, 5 or 6 people speaking against her alone.
No, they've restricted now. They're acting Nollywood. They are all acting Nollywood.
Another 5 minutes before we go. Another 5 minutes. I'm rounding up, guys. Another 5 minutes before we go. Melo Mary Sugar, I'm rounding up. I'm rounding up.
Yeah, so I hope the keeps going as well. You know,
the drama is already on. The show is already on. We go watch them.
I'm sure we'll see a lot of evidence will come on the social media. We're waiting.
No, they're saying that I read a post about saying that there's a certain Christmas that they were meant to give out the senator. That Senator Natasha allegedly converted all of the food and money and rice and oil, and I was like, is this even a talk?
Wow.
Is this even a talk? Allegedly a certain Christmas packet that all the senators were supposed to have, because she was the one who was put in charge of it. She collected the money and those things were not given. And I'm like, is this even a talk? So all of them cannot afford to buy a bag of rice.
Wow.
Because I don't know whatever that story, I don't know how true that was, but yes, that's them coming at her. Saying
Did you watch our interview as well with where they were talking about her siphoning money and all that, and
yes,
she came out with proof. Yeah. She came out with proof with everything.
There was nothing in that account. There was nothing.
Yes,
in that account. And when she came,
there was nothing.
I was watching that. I watched that.
Imagine. And now, as at the time, she was telling them how much was in the account since she's been there.
So
she's actually saving money for them.
Exactly. They're probably the one who's chopping money. And because they know that they're going to put all of their yash out like a fowl.
That is the reason why she cannot last, allegedly, because they don't want people like that. They don't want people like that.
We know what Nigerian politicians are capable of doing.
Yeah.
If they want you out, this is how they go about it. And I'm so disappointed if they succeed. I'll be so disappointed.
It's Nigeria for you. God will make it better.
Amen. Oh, amen. Amen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much, guys. I think I should probably round up now. What's the time here? Like I said, guys, I'm not in the UK. It's almost 9 o'clock. So yeah, let me fully round up. So you guys, if we want change, it takes one person to start a change. Okay? It takes one person for a change to be invented. Pano is scared of Natasha. I didn't expect her to react the way who is Pano? Anna's expression. Welcome. I'm just rounding up, my sister. If you have the chance, please rewatch, like and share this live stream, guys. So a change has to be started by one person. And Senator Natasha, I'm rounding up, guys. Senator Natasha is not the first person who have actually alleged SA against Senator Akpabio. And you will have thought, being the number 3 person in Nigeria, that he will have either do some sort of press conference, or a spokesperson will have come out to say something either debunking this. For the fact that he's not outrightly come to debunk this himself, all the guilty fingers points to him. I'm sorry to say. And it's only in Nigeria somebody will commit a crime with enough evidence and they will still sit down in office, be collecting salary. So many things needs to change. And all of these people that are in the House of Senate, they all travel abroad. They travel to the diaspora. They see how things are done. And you will thought that they would take example, or they will take a leaf out of the places they visit, they go on their holidays. They will take a leaf back home and try and see how they could implement good governance. But no, their own is like, who is she? Natasha, as if it is old enough to give birth to her. When you all are colleagues, I don't think no preferential treatment should be given to anybody. You are all senates in the House of Senate. You are all accorded the same rights. Nobody should be deprived. How the hell would a senator move a motion 5 times? Something that would save them money, something that would bring employment, something that money has been sourced for, and they were trying to keep our mouth shut. They were trying to, stop her from talking. Embezzlement, corruption is never going to go away in Nigeria if we all don't start talking about it. I talk about some of these things on my channel. and I've received negative boosts, but I'm not going to stop, because at the end of the day, despite wherever I might be right now, I am still a Nigerian. If I like, make I carry red passport. If I like, make I carry black passport. I'll always be a Nigerian. And it's not just about now. It's about what we want Nigeria to look like in the future. Like I keep saying, the Nigeria of 2010, the Nigeria of 20 years ago is not what it is now. And I fear for what Nigeria of 20 years' time will become. So if we want change, it takes one person to start. And I think in this regard, this that's happening, Senator Natasha is going to keep squeezing their balls. With that being said, this is where I hang my mic. I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you who have watched me from the beginning of this live stream. I really appreciate it. And if you've watched this live stream tonight, if not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, drop a comment in regards to all that has been discussed on this show. Feel free to drop your thoughts and opinions, share this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification, join my membership. Okay, is just another way of you supporting me and saying that Mom of 5, you're doing a great job. And for those of you who have been PayPaling me, like I've been receiving PayPal steady every month from one particular person. And yes, you want to remain private. Thank you. I appreciate that. And also, go follow me on TikTok. I'm known on TikTok as Just Doing Me. And also, I'm on Instagram, that Mom of 5. If you have any story for me, I'm still pretty much covering the COS scam that they are doing in the UK. I'm still covering that. I'm just waiting on all the people to send me all of their proofs before I start dropping all of the videos. And also, if there's any story you want me to cover that you think, oh, that Mom of 5, this is what that Mom of 5, is good at in terms of talking about it. Maybe I've not come across such posts. Send me all the links. Send me all the links either via my email, either via my DM on Instagram. Reach out to me via there. And also, I do advert on my channel. If you have a small business and you want me to advertise it on my channel, feel free to send me a DM at an affordable price. Don't worry, I'm not going to charge you too much. And I'm also open to collaboration as well, because this new year, we have to like AdSense must add sense, right? I'm sure you agree with me. So yeah, thanks so much. I really appreciate you guys. And I don't think I have a live stream tomorrow, but there's going to be a video. I'm going to drop a video tomorrow, 10 o'clock. That video is very personal to me. Well, I think you guys should keep an eye out for that video. So it's going to drop at 10 a.m. in the morning UK time. It was about that 14-year-old that his parents sent to Africa. And at some point, I also shared my own struggle as a parent in the UK. And yes, I was a bit vulnerable in that video with you, and I have my reason for being vulnerable. So make sure you turn on your post notification on, so that once that video goes live, I want you to watch it. I want you to take 1 or 2 lessons from it. And I also wanted to share that video as well, because it will help a lot. We all hear how social services are taking children from African parents in the UK. We all know. If I was reading the statistics of how many African children are in the care system in the UK, it was shocking. But like I said in that video, I was a bit, vulnerable. I want you all to watch that video and take 1 or 2 lessons out of it. With that being said, I'm going to end this live stream here. Please like and share, subscribe, and I hope to catch up with you in another video. Maybe there's going to be a live stream on Thursday. And I think the topic I'm going to be discussing will be about a certain woman. She was actually here in Scotland. She's a Nigerian. Her husband unalived her and her brother when she traveled to Nigeria, because she heard that her husband wanted to sell the property they both have together. So this man has recently been sentenced to buy. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. The husband has been recently sentenced to buy. So obviously, all of this ties together with domestic violence. So I think that will be the live stream I'm going to be doing on Thursday. So I'm just going to take a break tomorrow so that I can drop a video by 10 o'clock tomorrow. And then I'm going to schedule this live stream for Thursday. So turn your post notification on, and I hope to catch up with you and have an amazing night wherever you are. All right. Bye, everyone. And thanks for tuning in.